When I initially assigned the blog project, I required everyone to use WordPress, and I also determined which software they would use to collaborate outside of class. I found this to be very restricting for the students, and it meant that I had to spend a lot of time in class training them how to use the two programs. So, in future projects, I decided to let students decide how they wanted to communicate outside of the course and what blog hosting site they wanted to use. I quickly discovered that when we give them the occasion to do so, students will rise to the challenge and meet our expectations, if not exceed our expectations. Students who weren't as comfortable with using technology looked to other members of their group who had experience with technology, and they ended up collaborating and teaching each other how to use different tools. I had blogs from web hosting sites like Weebly, Tumblr, Blogger, and WordPress. Because it was the students' choice, they felt more empowered that it was their project, and they got more creative as well. Everyone had to play a role in the actual writing of the blog, but I let the groups themselves determine who was going to do what, who was going to be responsible for which part of the technology, and they ended up working it out so that everyone played an important key role for each group's blog project, all while those who weren't comfortable using technology became more familiar and comfortable with this way of using it. Before they got into groups and began writing the blog, face-to-face and online classes had to discuss the value of blog writing and the benefits that it offered to them as students and as professionals in the future. They had to read parts of an article called The Application of Blog Writing in English. Then they had to find a blog on their own that appealed to them and discuss why they found it appealing. Most of the students came up with very thoughtful and engaging responses. They considered why this task would be a good task for an English class. They thought about what the elements of the blog were that made it an authentic activity, writing that other people will read. Many of them commented on the fact that posting a blog makes it public so others can comment on your thoughts and feelings. And a few other students even saw how it was directly relevant to things that they would be pursuing in their future, like their degrees in business or management. They also included me in their conversations with each other, and many of their messages back and forth showed that they valued the experience and thought it was positive. They mostly enjoyed working in their groups.